This is Beer in Front, part of the Odd Pods Media Network. Sometimes the beer in front of you is the best one yet. I'll talk about some great beer, and I'll also talk to various people in and around the beer industry to get their stories all about beer. That's Beer in Front, and it's coming up now. Welcome to episode 203, the April Fool's Day edition of Beer in Front. I'm your host, Dave Zalatoris, and Beer in Front is a proud Odd Pods Media Network member. Quick episode this week. I'm going to have London Pride from Fuller's as the Beer in Front. I'll also have one from Penrose as part of my Drink Illinois Beer series. Speaking of that, I'll include the link in the show notes, but I have some new merch available with the Drink Illinois Beer logo. If you get the tie-dye shirt, we can be twinsies. Chicago's newest craft brewery, Demo Brewing, opened last Friday. I got there right as they opened at 4, and there was already a line out the door because they were at capacity. I had one of their Brute IPAs, and that was really good. I wish that style would have taken off because I do like a good Brute IPA. There were people around me doing a flight, and they all said that every one they had was enjoyable, so I'm looking forward to heading back to Demo once the opening rush is over with and trying some more of their stuff because I thought it was really good. And also, the other day, I just wanted a beer, and I didn't feel like getting out the tripod and camera or a microphone. I just wanted a beer. So I had Modern IPA from Modern Dune, and that was spectacular. They use Helio Gazer yeast from Omega, and that just gave it a wonderful aroma and flavors, had a fruitiness to it, like a Sauvignon Blanc feel to it. That was really good from Modern Dune. In beer and beverage news, circuit court judges ruled that Constellation Brands did not violate their license with AB InBev when they produced Corona Hard Seltzer back in 2021. AB InBev purchased the Corona, Modelo, and Pacifico brands back in 2012 for $20 billion. They then sold the U.S. rights to Constellation for $4.75 billion. In 2012, no one heard of hard seltzer, so the wording on the contract was vague according to the judges, and Constellation is, for now, in the clear. I don't even know if they still make this. I don't think the Corona Hard Seltzer was received well when it came out. Speaking of seltzers, White Claw is coming out with a Tequila Smash line. This will be available at Kroger, Target, and 7-Elevens. Stone is releasing nationwide their sublimely self-righteous black IPA, so look for that out everywhere. That's a good one. Have you seen, and it's usually like in my grocery stores, on the end caps at the liquor department, Buzz Balls. They look like boozy versions of those sugar drinks we had as kids in the 70s and 80s in little plastic containers. I always thought it was a gag, but lo and behold, they're in the top 10 in spirit sales right behind Jim Beam. They were just sold for an undisclosed sum, but it was some big money. Mars Brewing in Chicago updated the look to their gin and tonic, ready-to-drink canned cocktail. This looks sharp, has a good, 50s vibe to the can, so pick that up wherever you get Mars. Cue up the Limp Bizkit. 7-Eleven is coming out with the hot dog flavored seltzer. My God, if that wasn't bad enough, if just a hot dog flavored sparkling water wasn't bad enough, it has mustard and ketchup flavors in it as well. One, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog. Two, you don't put it in seltzer water. Boulevard Brewing is teaming up with the Negro Baseball League Museum to release Salute to the Monarchs for the 100th anniversary of the Negro League World Series. This will be a Belgian-style triple and will check in at 9%. Legendary San Diego breweries Karl Strauss and Society are teaming up to release The Godfather. This is an Italian Pilsner, and I need to get my dirty hands on this one. Go Brewing is coming out with a new hop water with Centennial hops. Look for that where you pick up Go. And finally, Haken Family Cider, based out of Colorado, will be available in the Chicago market as you're listening to this. On Wednesday, the 3rd of April, Hop Leap will have an evening with Haken Family Cider with 5 different courses to go along with the cider. Check out hopleafbar.com for more information. There's going to be other events around town this week, so check out Haken Family Cider on Instagram for the details.
Hey, I'm Pantsless Aaron.
This is Stevie.
And I'm Augie.
And we are BFYTW, a podcast all about playing games and having fun. Our games are usually based on British panel shows and game shows, but we'll play anything that captures our attention and imagination. Why? It's right there in the title.
You'll never guess what the F stands for.
The beer that's in front of me tonight is an old school classic. This is Fuller's London Pride. Fuller's has been around since 1845, and London Pride has been around since the 50s, it says. So their website was pretty vague, but it says it's been around since the 50s. It's unmistakably London's beer. It's an amber ale, been around forever. I remember back, before there was a craft brewery on every corner. You'd go to your liquor store, and, you'd have your Anchor Steams, your Sierras, your Goose Islands, but you'd reach for a Fuller's a lot, like the Fuller's ESB London Pride, because it was a great beer. And I probably haven't had a London Pride. It's been well over 10 years. But I've always liked the beer that Fuller's has put out, but now everybody drinks local and drinks fresh, so you kind of forget about it. But I happened to see it, and I'm like, oh, shit, I haven't had a Fuller's in a long time. So I'm going to crack open this London Pride. Once again, it's an amber ale, 4.7% alcohol. London Pride is a beautiful color. It looks a little darker than an amber, almost like a Vienna lager. It's a beautiful color. I almost get like pear notes with the aroma. It smells good. Fantastic. For a lighter beer at 4.7, you get a lot of flavor, a lot of malt character here. Whatever that pear note is, I'm getting a little of that with the taste as well. A little bit of bitterness on the back. This is just a solid beer. I've had a lot worse than London Pride. This is a good beer. And it says on the bottle, outstanding. So, who am I to argue with a brewery that's been around for 150 some years? So if you see London Pride, if you haven't had anything from Fuller's in a while, they've always put out really good beers. I need to go back and get some of their other stuff. You just don't see a lot of it here in the States, or at least, in my area. But if you see Fuller's London Pride, you need to put that one in your cart and drink it. Next up in my Drink Illinois beer series, I'm heading over to Geneva, Illinois to have Spooky Boots. This is from Penrose. This is a hazy IPA with Phantasm hops, and they also use Citra and Mosaic. This checks in at 7.7% alcohol. I like the stuff from Penrose. I've been there a couple times. It's been years and years ago, but it was always a cool spot, and they always have some good beers. So let's crack open Spooky Boots. Oh, it's got a really good color here. Nice light to golden color. Good foam. Smells really good. You get that nice big hazy New England style IPA aroma. Really hits you good. Yeah, no, it's good. I get like, with some hazy IPAs, you really get mostly hops, but with this, I had like some of the malt in there right up front, along with the hops, so I think this is really good. Yeah, it has a nice sweetness to this. Doesn't really taste like a 7.7. Tastes a little lighter than that, so this could sneak up on you. But like I said, everything from Penrose is good. The artwork on this is really cool. I like the artwork that they have. Almost kind of looks like a holiday beer, which it could be. And maybe that's why it was in the mix pack section, because this was canned. Let me look at the can here. In October. So maybe this is an autumn Halloween one, but it was in my, build your own mix pack section. So I grabbed it. I'm like, oh, okay, I haven't had this from Penrose, so let me try it. So it might have been better in October when it was canned, but I still think this is really good. Yeah, no, that's good. So a lesson for all you youngsters out there, when you're going to the build your own 6-pack or mix pack section, you should always look at the date, because some stores will put their old shit in there to get rid of it. And that was my fault for not looking at the can. So this was probably even better than I'm having it now. So I don't think you can find Spooky Boots until it comes out again next fall or this fall. But it's really good. So if you see it, check the date. If it's fresh, pick up a Spooky Boots from Penrose Brewing. All right, that's going to wrap things up for this April Fool's Day edition of Beer in Front. I thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to support the show, head over to patreon.com/beerinfront. You could buy merch. I'll include the link there. And also, if you just need to get a hold of me, if there's a Illinois brewery or beer you want me to try and, I haven't talked about, email me, dave@beerinfront.com, and have a great week. I will talk to you next week. And remember, sometimes the beer in front of you is the best one yet.